Indie Mogul.
Hello everyone and welcome to Backyard Effects, the show that teaches you how to make your own special effects for a ton of money. I mean cheap. This week we're taking on another one of your effects requests and showing you how to build a shotgun. This week's episode is all about shotguns. Shotguns, and more shotguns. This shotgun extravaganza has been requested by Scruffy1114, Spark91, Richie, Jack the Ripper, TK Slayer, Four Finger Productions, Demon Dragon, Mogular, B-Lady500, Samuel L. Tarantino, no relation, Magic Phone Booth, Dran230, Gangster Sheep 365, Joss BK, Barack, and Manga Shock. This week we'll be turning to build team member Seth to create our shotgun prop. But first, let's spin the wheel. One 2x6 that is about 2 feet long, a scrap piece of 1x3 that's about 8 inches long, 2 pieces of 1 inch diameter soft PVC about 2 feet long each, 2 1-inch PVC end caps, an old plastic bin, some picture hangers, 2 basswood planks that are 2 feet long and 3/4 of an inch wide, and assorted nuts, bolts, and screws.
This is BFX.
I'm not Eric Beck.
You can host your own show?
Build your own props?
And do a test film?
Show us. Make your own episode and submit it to be another chance to become the new face of BFX.
Simple time lapse. Woo!
Today we're going to show you how to make a basic double barrel shotgun prop. The first and most time-consuming step is creating the stock. Take your 2x6 and draw on the basic shape of your stock like so. Make sure and mark a 90-degree L shape where the barrel will meet the stock. Now cut your stock out with a jigsaw. Then smooth it down and round the edges with sandpaper and a plane. Next, cut out a 2-prong plug shape in the front like so. This will be part of a hinge that makes up the brake mechanism. After that, just stain or spray paint your stock for color. Now we need to build the other half of the hinge that will pivot the barrel up and down. Grab your 1x3 and cut a small tail piece that should interlock between the 2 pieces on the stock. Sand down all the edges and stain or paint to match. Leaving a small space in between, connect the pieces by drilling a hole and securing the 2 pieces together with a nut and bolt. On the smaller side of this, screw on a picture hanger like so, making sure that the brake mechanism can still swing open. Now on the stock, drill a hole from the top down to the bottom, right next to the hanger you just attached. Grab a long bolt and epoxy on a wing nut to the top. Then slide it through this hole you just drilled, and on the bottom, place a second hanger like so. With these 2 picture hangers, you've created a basic latch that keeps the lock mechanism in place. Now that we know the main part of the gun actually works, we can start dressing it up. Cut some pieces from your old plastic bin and attach them like so. 2 on either side and 1 on top. Paint these silver and secure them with screws and hot glue. Now we move on to the barrel. Take your basswood plank and sand down the edges so that it fits snugly in between your PVC tubes. Then epoxy all 3 pieces together and paint the entire thing black. Next, take the 2 PVC end caps and trim the tops off like so. Sand them down and fit them together using the barrel as a guide to see how close they should be. Then paint them silver and epoxy them in place. Now attach your barrel to the 1x3, making sure everything lines up and securing it with epoxy and screws. The last step is to construct the trigger and guard. For this, Seth cut out a few pieces of scrap plastic in the shape of triggers and glued them in place. Then screwed on a pipe hanger trigger guard like so. Seth, being a prolific DIY builder, didn't stop with just the shotgun. He also created these babies, some cool fake shotgun shell props. It's basically just a piece of wooden dowel, chopped off, painted red, and then glued some brass washers to the bottom. So those are cool. And he also created this. Yep, if you're a big fan of the Phantasm series like me and Seth, you recognize this as Reggie's quadruple barrel shotgun. And basically what Seth did is he just created a second shotgun using the same method we just showed you, and then bolted them together, trimmed the end, and you've got this. Suck it, tall man. That looks like a lot of work, doesn't it? Well, it kind of is, but building stuff is fun and a great way to practice and improve your craftsmanship skills. But in good faith, I have to tell you all that there are a lot of places online where you can get an airsoft shotgun for really cheap. Take this one, for example. I got this baby shipped to me for less than 10 bucks. Sure, it needs a paint job and all the inside mechanisms broke after I fired it about 8 times, but it probably looks all right on camera. Either way, whenever you're using prop weapons in your movies, you have to be extra careful because not everyone else knows that this is fake, okay? Be careful, keep making movies, and we will see you next week. I just want to remind everyone that we are still looking for the new host of BFX. We've got some great submissions so far, but we need more. The deadline to submit has been extended to February 28th. Go to www.indiemogul.com/new BFX host to find out all the details.